And for the first time ever, Flint and Arnold.
Hi.
So, in the back of this modest sedan with one of your special friends
Yes.
driving. They don't seem to be too keen on Arnold with his scarf and hood, but they're sort of throwing shade.
Hood, hat,
My apologies, Arnold.
and bow tie.
Well, it's can they see the bow tie with the scarf?
If they look carefully, I'm sure they would spot it
I'm
poking
sure
out.
they can see the bow tie on the cat, though. What's the cat's name again?
It's a Pounce-a-lot.
Well, of course.
I do point out to Arnold that it's probably because he just doesn't like having animals in his vehicle.
I look at the bow-tied fox.
I was just to say, I'd just like to point out to Arnold the mutilated corpse of the fox that's being sort of draped around Flint. It does look, and follow your gaze as you watch. One of the eye sockets is completely bare, but the other one is just strange colours of green and red, various stages of decomposition. But it does seem to try and make an attempt to smile at you with its remaining teeth. So
It's just an affectation. It's fine.
how's your sense of smell, Arnold?
Probably quite good.
And you're not one of those stuffy academics that would sort of turn his nose up at a rotting corpse sat next to him, would you?
No, I think Arnold's okay with this. It's quite fascinating. The fascination trumps the sort of stink.
Well, it's a short journey, 5-10 minutes through the dual carriageways of Swindon to Boswellia Courts. If you need anything prepped or anything discussed before you get there, now is the time.
I'm sure I'm making absent small talk.
I hope you like tea and brownies.
I'm sure it'll go down swimmingly. I feel like I haven't had tea and brownies in years.
You're going to enjoy this. She makes a mean cup of tea.
Yeah.
That's a nice selection of cakes, I'm sure.
Sure, it'll be delightful.
Yeah. And feel free to talk about any sort of academic interests.
Yep. Oh, with
Jenny.
Yes.
Auntie likes that sort of stuff.
Oh, excellent. I am quite a fan myself.
And on that note, the car slows, the door opens, well, the door your side, Flint, opens. Is there anything else you require, sir?
That'll be all for now, thank you.
There's a dip of the head, and as you get out, the doors close quickly behind you.
Wait. I open the door and get out of the car.
My
How rude.
apologies. I forgot you were in there, sir. Slammed.
The cat just gives him like the look of disdain.
I'm sure it does, but he doesn't notice as he gets back in. The car pulls away. Boswellia Courts. So, this is possibly a mental health facility. Everything's sort of one level, lots of different wide buildings. You know the way, Arnold. At the main entrance, there's a set of stairs going down to the basement, and at the bottom of these stairs stood either side of the door two of the prince's men. Black coats, black shirts, black ties, the daft and overworn dark glasses. As you step down, the doors are opened without question. You head in through the crossroads into the day room. Quite a large room. Possibly at one point it could have been separated, but it's sort of segmented out into 4 sections. There's one which might be set out with art and craft supplies, tables, that sort of thing. One might be just tables and chairs with a lectern, and another set aside for other reasons. But the other corner is the one that takes your interest. Lots of comfortable, sort of relaxing sofas and chairs. Nothing matching. Everything sort of higgledy-piggledy, and most things look like they've been, well loved, or picked up out of a skip. One of the two. And sat sort of in an enormous leather sofa is a very, very tiny person. That you recognise as Jenny. She seems to be sort of late 20s, early 30s, but she dresses as if she's a grandmother. There's a cassock, sort of a uniform tunic, but it's an enormous woolen cardigan over the top. You probably got the sense that there's tissues up one sleeve and Werther's originals in the other. For some reason she's this time wearing what appear to be gardening gloves, although they seem to be marked heavy green, and they've got extra brown padding around the thumbs, of which she's holding up at the moment and singing the Baby Shark song. She's entertaining herself, it seems. There's a small table in front, and you can see some nice bone china cups and saucers. No teapots yet, but there are some lovely cakes there. Some brownies, some biscuits, and some other little dainty something or others. There's Jenny. As you walk in, Jenny looks up, beams and waves, and come on, Arnold, please.
Hi, Jenny.
Come on, take a seat.
This is Flint.
Hello.
It's an absolute pleasure. Please, sit next to me. As you make yourselves comfortable, someone comes in with another tray, a teapot steaming, and both of you are noticing the smell of lovely, warm and potent blood as the tray and the teapot is put down. The orderly, must be an orderly, blue scrubs, head to toe, including the cap and the mask, says nothing, dips their head and leaves.
Should I be mother? Or...
Oh, if you wouldn't mind, I've got your cup. I wasn't sure, Flint, if you were a cup or a mug man.
I'm happy with you.
Right. So, those are yours. I'm okay for the moment. I've had a little bit too much.
Are you sure? Or just a little cup?
Well, if you're going to pour something, I'm not going to argue, but I need to cut back a little bit. Taps her stomach. I'm beginning to put on a little bit too much weight.
Not at all. Don't be silly.
No. Women of a certain age. Now, come on. Tell me, Arnold.
Tea.
So, what has been occurring?
Well, we had an interesting meet. No, not meet.
At least
I was going to say gunfire fight with some weird guys in a van.
Oh,
Gunfire? Are you okay?
Yeah. But there's a lot of jumping and falling around, and they seemed very angry that we knocked on their door.
seems Arnold's quite proficient with firearms.
I do not like hearing about things like this, Arnold. You need to be mixing in proper circles. That seems a little bit too dangerous. Both of you are, from what I've heard, academic minds,
Yes,
and
Yeah.
you shouldn't be going and getting yourselves mixed up in those sort of things.
I know, but things were said, things we were told to do.
Flint,
Yeah.
drink up. I'm not quite sure what your flavour is, so we've gone for a bit of a mixture at the moment. We call this one It's not quite lavender, but it's soothing, it's enriching and invigorating. It helps the mind clear.
No, I appreciate that. Thank you.
And we've got the brownies, we've got the biscuits, and we've got the madeleines.
Oh, Madeline's.
Oh, lovely, lovely ones.
Huh.
Help yourselves; they are really, really nice. Our baker makes fantastic.
I'm gonna take a sip of my suspicious tea.
Very
whilst
warm, very, very nice.
waiting for Arnold to try one of the actual food items.
I'll take one of each and put them gently on my plate.
Okay. And are you going to eat either of them?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll start with the brownie.
Oh, brownie's the same as before the Madeleine. Ooh.
Huh. How good's the Madeleine?
Really nice, but it's not quite set in the centre, so it's still quite gooey and tasty.
Okay.
I'll take a Madeleine and very hesitantly go to eat it.
You've not eaten much recently. Everything's ash and dust to you. This, however, tastes different. It has flavour, it has texture, and there's a rumbling deep down in your belly where the voice starts kicking up and getting louder, and he seems to be very happy with what you're doing. Now, Madeleine was wonderful, but she puts a little bit too much of herself into her work, so we can only have these every so often, but I have them out for my special guests.
It's greatly appreciated. Thank you.
So, Arnold, how is the problem? The little problem?
Well, obviously the Prince, Almighty and All Glorious Prince, has also been giving us missions.
Ooh, you need to be very careful. Anton, a wonderful, wonderful gentleman, such a wit, and if I could convince him to do a little bit of research for me, it would make such a difference. But
What would you like researching?
well, I didn't want to be presumptuous, but how are you getting on in the Goddards?
I'm settling in well.
I've heard wonderful reports.
Thank you.
You're a voracious reader. You consume knowledge.
I do like to read.
Who doesn't like to read?
Well, that's the thing. Have you found anything interesting?
Only a few bits and bobs. I don't have anything full and concrete that I could present that would give you a suitable amount of time to read.
Well, I'm more than happy for anyone to have access to my libraries, and for my special friends, I do have my special libraries. I've given you one of the nice ones at the bottom of the monastery. I'm quite pleased with what you've done so far, but Arnold here, he has my personal library. Have you anything to report so far, Arnold?
Well, book-wise, not so much. But we found a very interesting bowl.
In the library?
No. Somewhere else on our adventures.
Yeah.
Okay.
And look, I'll bring the bowl out and go, it's really fascinating. But I thought it was fascinating, but it didn't seem to do as much as I hoped.
Flint.
Is flinching away from the bowl. Yep.
But as you flinch, there are no screams. There's no sense of impending doom. Nothing. Even Jenny sort of tilts her head and looks at the bowl. Do you mind? She reaches out.
I pass it over
She's
into a little garden mitt. Gotta love mitts.
Turns, taps it on the table. It's a very good bowl, Arnold. I think
It is.
your craftsmanship is much to be admired.
Yeah.
Here she hands it back.
Oh, thank you.
And is there any particular reason why it's your special bowl?
Oh, I first been a lot more magical, but it seems, I don't know, not.
It's we have a little thing here. It's part of the arrangement to enable us to do what we do. Magic doesn't work so much while we're in this room, and everything sort of stays on the outside.
Is it just this room?
Well, that perhaps might be something I could tell you. I like to give rewards to people in exchange for information, results. I'm happy for you to go anywhere, to do anything in my libraries, but I prefer the carrot than the stick. So I will quite happily give away any information you require if you are able to produce results, Flint.
Understand.
I just can't seem to focus enough to read too much. It's been decades since I've been able to sit down with a good book. However, people like yourselves, young bloods, as they like to be known. Arnold, have you taken Flint into my library?
No, not yet. Not without your permission, obviously.
Well, no, it's, as you know, it's open to everyone. Well, to the educated ones. I would be kind if Mr. Heimerdinger doesn't attend, though. I don't like to refuse access to knowledge. It's just Heimdal would be fine, Heimerdinger not so much. But no, it would be interesting. I think Mr. Flint would have. I think he would be keen and curious, shall we say.
That's very accurate.
I carry on eating the brownie. When would you like me to? Do you want to go in there soon, Finn?
I wouldn't say no. So the reason I was asking about magic, would magic work in that light?
It would.
No fire magic.
No.
But there are some tomes inside that might not like you to. Some of them, you know how some tomes are chained to the shelves just for security.
Yes.
Some of them are chained perhaps for your security.
Understandable. So reading via the arts of the bud is probably not necessarily appreciated.
I think what you might need to do is a little bit of research about the books, because some of them are unique and well known.
Okay.
So there may be a history on those who tried to consume its knowledge and those who were consumed.
Naturally.
There's also a book that's quite shouty.
Well, it's
I tell you,
though.
Yeah. Very inappropriate in a library.
Jenny, if you'll forgive the question, tend to keep many things locked away.
Well, some things are locked away behind doors, for their safety or for the safety of others. As we said, the likes of Mr. Heimerdinger shouldn't be allowed inside where there are delicates and that sort of thing. I do try to keep we are sort of quite open plan here. The residents are free to go wherever they please. They're monitored just for the safety of others, because while some of them are in crisis, they can be a risk to others. Is that what you mean, Mr. Flint?
Just I've been to a few Elysiums now, and there's obviously idle chit chat, and there's been some of the neonates, and I think someone had mentioned that you were keeping an anarch prisoner.
Oh, shush. Gossips and the like. Let me say, are you a prisoner, Flint?
I wouldn't say so.
But you reside in my monastery, in my
Indeed.
library. Arnold, are you a prisoner?
No?
But you reside in my library, when you're not elsewhere. So, neither of you are prisoners, and I welcome everyone who brings academia.
Understandable.
Ah, I believe your colleagues are here.
Excellent.
How many cakes and brownies are left?
There's probably 4 or 5 of each.
Okay. So there's still enough to share.
Unless Arnold is, of course, sharing as many as possible with himself.
You might have taken a few.
I think Flint will probably try for a brownie.
There's some VC in it, but no, Madeleines are the way to go.
Noted. Thank you.
Heimdal, Kay, you pull up outside of Boswellia Courts.
In my new car.
In your brand new and legal car.
Yes, and that's what. Now he's forgiven for shooting me in the head. Also, he's a terrifying man. So.
Are you still on that? Like, that was years ago.
You need to get your flashlight.
So, last hour. And did you say he was a terrifying man?
He's a terrifying man. I mean, I'm, rough, but this guy is terrifying.
Well, just because he likes to make films in abandoned rooms?
It's more the whole kind of assassin, hacker kind of vibe, and yeah, he's I mean, I'm not afraid of him. Obviously, I'm not afraid of anything, but he's the kind of guy I would be nervous to get on my bad side.
What? Because
But
he's
that's
behind you,
That's the
he
most
might shoot
beautiful
you in
thing
the
you've
head.
ever said.
Yeah, or like torch my haven, or tie me to a mattress and film me while he does like crazy shit to me.
Well, it's only lucky that he's pointed out where your haven was on a couple of occasions.
I'm sure he's been
And
to one of my
exactly-
parties.
And exactly how much time it would take for a truckload of thermite to be driven into it.
Yes. Are we outside a monastery?
You're outside Boswellia Courts, the mental health facility in Swindon.
Damn it.
So this is where you were all going before you sidestepped out to burn down a house.
It wasn't our intention, it just happened.
Yeah. Burn houses suddenly bursting into flames. Sounds contagious. Right. I'm sure you store the vehicle in the car park. You know that you've not been followed because it's been a nice, pleasant drive through Swindon. You head over to the court. You see the stairs going down. You see the Prince's guards. If you were a little bit unsure of where you're going, Heimdal, Kay seems to know exactly where he's going.
Of course he does.
The doors are opened for you. As you enter the room, as described, you see over in the comfy section, Arnold and Flint one in sat in an armchair, the Flint on the sofa next to a very, very tiny woman. As Jenny waves over, "Come on, sit down, boys."
Oh, Jennifer, nice to see you.
Jenny, no, Jenny, please, Jenny to my friends, Mr. Heimdal, and Kay. It's a wonder to see you here at last. Well, out in the open, shall we say, not skulking around.
It's not
You're
my
getting a
fault.
bit
You
of a
have such an
reputation.
amazing place here.
I pour 2 more teas.
I sorry to say that Arnold has been helping himself a little bit too much, so if you want some of the cakes, I would dip in now.
I already ate. It's fine.
You should try these though. Try them out of mine.
I can't. It's. Arnold, I have a question for you. This one, I'm gonna point toward Kay. He does not. He thinks he can't resist holy objects. He believes in God. Can you believe it? He says it's a Norse thing. Can you please disprove it?
What, that?
Heimdal.
Are we talking theological or holy relic?
Can you go into a church?
Sorry to have I been in a church since I've been dead?
I don't think you have, Arnold.
You're in a freaking monastery.
Okay, no, I've not been in a church since,
It's me.
the change.
Are you afraid of crosses? The Bible? That sort of thing?
Not afraid of them, no.
See, that's what I said, Kay. It's all in your head.
But these are the mere trappings of Abrahamic religion. There are many world religions.
Heimdal.
Yes, Jenny.
Everyone is entitled to believe anything they choose, and if that's what Kay chooses to believe, then that's okay for him.
I know, I'm just fascinated by the psychology behind it.
Well, if you want...
When did you get interested in psychology?
It's like the only kind of subject I'm interested in, really, when it comes to science.
Ooh, academic interest. Heimdal, I think we should have a word. You should come around for tea on your own one night. I think I've got something very special that you might be interested in. You know Brian.
Is this a little bit of priest? Sniffle it.
There's a wave of something passes over at the mention of Brian's name, but she smiles even broader. Brian specialises in the psychology of life. But I dabble. Well, we dabble here. And I think I know the exact person you need to talk to, Mr. Heimdal, if that's your interest. Do you read much?
Not much. Mostly social engineering, and I try to better myself and understand how people work and how to mold them.
Each to their own, but I'm always interested in funding research. So I'm sure we can have a chat another day. And I know exactly what you're interested in, Kay. And I think I will just have to say, I'm not angry or upset, I'm just disappointed.
I should see this fucker's basement. Mad.
Language.
I believe there's a zone of privacy there, Heimdal. But I was going to ask, what's the limits of your research?
I have no limits. Everything should be safe in the hypothetical.
So you wouldn't be adverse into research of the human limits?
It's the application of that research that concerns me, Kay. And Jason has been telling me a lot about you recently.
Yeah, we talk
saying
too
your
often.
name night after night after night. And I've told him the same old thing I'm going to tell you now, which is we should think better of people, okay? More empathy. People treat others as if they were real and had feelings and emotions, because they do. And remember,
Yes.
strangers are just friends you've never met or exploited.
Well, I would have no influence over them if they were such a nice person that has done nothing wrong.
I can see the beginnings of a harpy in you, Kay. And
I hope that's not the generic sense of what a harpy is.
Are we saying Kay's got a little bit of Zhao inside?
Definitely.
all I will say is you were at the start of a path, How far you walk that path is completely up to you. But when you've walked so far, it can be difficult to retrace your steps, Kay. You are a wonderful, wonderful person, and the way you look after Zoe and Amelia does you proud and increases your reputation. But don't you think there's a reason Amelia sometimes gets a little bit cross with you?
It's a nice way of putting it.
It's just the relationship we've cultivated. Some people are nice to each other, some people just yell. She's done enough to deserve it, but I've done a bit worse.
Well, you're very tolerant of her, and that does you credit. But we are all a complex and... She's gesturing, but with the thick gardening gloves, you're missing any of the delicate finger actions. What was the word I was looking for, Arnold?
Complex human beings? Rich tapestry that adds to life?
Could be. Heimerdinger.
What about him?
Maybe if you have one of those madeleines, we can have a conversation without him entering the room.
I'm okay. I'm not hungry or angry or...
They're really nice. I enjoyed one.
Excellent work. I helps myself to another.
I can't eat.
I think you should try.
She reaches out to place a hand on yours, Heimdal. I need to discuss some things with Heimdal, and I'm a bit concerned that Heimerdinger might want to voice their opinion. So these madeleines, I had them made special. It's very rare that Madeline is happy enough to make them. Would you trust me enough, at least to try, Mr. Heimdal?
I'm very confused about your beast annulling biscuits, but sure. I'll blush first because I don't believe it, and usually if I don't blush, I will puke. So I'm gonna blush and eat a madeleine.
They look like small dainty cakes, and every time you've tried to eat, dust, ash, and just sorrow. There's not flavour, there's not fantastic texture, but it doesn't taste of ash. It's vitae, baked, formed, set, but with a texture that's, let's just say, you're not chewing clots and everything else that baggers might. It is actually mildly pleasant. And you hear Heimerdinger tasting, and there are growls of contentment as he goes quiet.
She's one hell of a baker.
She is.
Tea? Got some tea to wash it down.
I think you're pushing the limit, unless the tea is made by Madeline.
No, unfortunately, that was Madeline's last production.
Do you have any beer?
Well,
Arnold looks horrified as that.
You try some of the tea.
it's a blend of, it's what we refer to as lavender.
I'm gonna take the tea and really point my little finger out and be a little bit extra with it. Like, I'm not used to this and I'm afraid to break the cup. But
well, the tea is very clearly blood. It's quite nourishing. It's quite tasting until the handle on the cup snaps and the cup drops and smashes to the floor.
I'm so sorry. I'm
No. effort over results. You tried the Madeline, and while Arnold may be snooting his nose at you for disliking the finer things, you tried, and for that I'm grateful. Don't worry, I'll sort that out later. Heimdal,
Hey, you should have some. This is fucking great.
That hungry.
So, Prince Anton.
Mighty,
We live
mighty prince.
another 10,000 years. And
Yeah.
we are so honoured to have his presence, and we are all protected by his scourges, who keep us all safe and surveilled.
When they're not dead.
Even here, in my very haven. I have been advised by Flint and Arnold that perhaps understanding what his little task was for you may have been a bit difficult. And whatever happened, because who am I to guess? My eyes stop at this at the end of my haven. The rest of the world is a blank map. So whatever it is that you have done, and however it is that you have done it, I just want to check that everything is okay.
What?
And that when you attend Elysium, you do so to celebrate the prince correctly. She takes a little dainty sip. Because, you know, when you see the prince, when you see the prince's actions, they're difficult to interpret and to understand because we are not worthy or I lose the words, but it is not ours to reason why, I think is the phrase. And just remember, when you attend Elysium to celebrate the prince, do so with love in your heart. Because remember, what you're trying to do is to share the reward that you've been given, that you've been chosen for, with everyone else. Now, sometimes that can be confusing. And that's not your fault. Remember, it's difficult to interpret such a powerful, such a just and heartfelt prince that we have. So sometimes it's all about ensuring that the audience is receptive, that perhaps you've cleared up any ambiguities with as much of the audience as possible, so they're already in the right frame of mind to join with your recollection. She takes another long sip. Don't you all agree?
It is lovely. It should be praised.
That he should. And I would not have anyone here as an invited guest who held or harbored those sort of traitorous feelings against him. Kay.
Storyteller?
Uh-huh.
I'm hearing what she's saying, but can I do anything to... Is there subtext?
Heimdal, so the player is picking up exactly what's there. Heimdal, although a dutiful student of psychology, is going to need to make an insight roll.
Mind if I chuck one in as well?
Flint doesn't need to make the roll.
Does this have anything to do with emotions?
Yes.
Wits inside?
Very much so.
Oh, that can go very wrong. I'm just gonna keep the 2.
That's
Go
fine.
on, willpower reroll. What could happen?
Messy crit could happen.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm okay.
Just as a note, when you're in the presence of people who can probably tear your throat out, not Jenny, of course, keep the rolls down to a minimum. Let's not be making rolls around the prince with large hunger pools. Just a free bit of advice.
Always
Who would
eat
do that?
before you lose you.
And Edgar, we miss him dearly. Right. No, you've still got 2 successes there. Yes, you can see that she's very much ensuring that everyone knows that there are most likely scourges in this very room, and how you might need to be preparing yourself for tomorrow night. But enough of the I was about to say doom and gloom, but we're talking about the prince, so enough of the celebrations for now. I have a question, if that's okay, of Mr. Flint. As I understand that you and Brian are close.
Relatively.
Have you noticed anything wrong with Brian recently?
I haven't myself, no. Although I haven't been across to see him.
She dabs the corner of her mouth absently, smiling at Kay. And it's none of my business, but Brian can sometimes get a little bit too focused. Every now and then, he doesn't leave his room. He doesn't like to talk to people. Everyone around starts to get the vibe from him, and it can normally last months, years at its worst. And I've noticed of late, I don't know what I've done, but he's not taken against me. He's just
Umbrage.
I don't know. That's the thing. He's ever so polite, but he's declined invitations. It's been nearly a week, and I haven't seen. I see Brian every single day. We talk, we write, we do everything, and I'm worried for him. Now, the thing is, when he's like this, there's no talking to him. He needs to sort of do something. I don't know. It normally takes something from the outside. So I was wondering if it wouldn't be too much. I didn't want to impose. And she slides out a small envelope. Said, the next time you see him, a boon, of course. I happily trade because I'm sure it's perfectly safe, but I know he's still fine for you to attend. He's not.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I'd be happy to pass on. Thank you, and I'll tuck it into my coat.
Very sort of ifs and buts in a bit of a tiz for a few moments and fussing.
No, I understand what it can be like when someone you're quite close to distance themselves. So no, it's yes. We'll make sure that there is no variance between.
I would makes direct eye contact. I would consider it a personal favour because Brian is too important for us and for Swindon. Without him, no.
Understood.
Brian, we're out of tea. Arnold, how has that little task been going?
The non-print task.
Sorry?
Well, there's everything to do with the prince, obviously. We will serve the
Well,
prince.
everything's to do with the prince, of course, but no, this was about my little concern.
Still to look into it.
Have you not spotted any, or seen any in your travels?
Well, apart from the van, which was a very weird incident, but I don't think that's related to
The
your
van?
concern. The way
So I know that there's normally some. There are some in the sewers, and they can be quite feisty. But no, not in a van. Where was the van?
in the park near the entrance to the sewers.
In Shaw.
Shop.
Hmm.
Oh, no, they. We don't normally. There's not been too many reports of them sort of hanging around. They sort of just turn up and turf out and cause trouble. They mainly target the homeless at the moment and the vulnerable.
Who's this, if I can ask? Might be something we can help with.
Arnold looks at Jane. Shall we read them in?
Go ahead.
There's some ghouls, and correct me if I'm wrong, Jane, they've been causing trouble in the neighbourhood. Like masquerade sort of breaches.
That's concern.
Thugs, bullies, picking on people, but thugs who are very, very strong or very, very fast. And there's been rumours, and some of us do talk outside of the Ventru, and they seem to be in any of mainly the central domain, but we've had some in Stratton we've had to deal with. And
I was going to say, I have heard around Elysium that there were ghouls of apparently forming sort of a stronghold in central.
That might be going a bit far, but so the Mechanics Institute, some of the warehouses, some of the squats they have there, just it starts off thinking it's misguided drunken mortals looking for trouble, but it's becoming a little bit too organised. There are patterns forming, and it's where the masquerade is being breached. That's when we have trouble. That's when the mortals start getting involved, and love them dearly, but we don't want that sort of trouble or that sort of attention. We've all got a responsibility.
We could take a swing by after the library visit.
Ghouls have a master, correct? Ghouls have a master, right?
Well, yes. It's not like there's. Oh, actually, do they? Yes, because they're controlled by whoever feeds them.
No, I
Unless, of
obviously
course,
don't
you've got
have
some
one.
sort of anarchic group of ghouls randomly draining vampires and all the rest of it, but that just sounds daft.
And there are no anarchs in this fine city.
Sure.
Or
They're going after the.
or werewolves for the domain that stretches as far as London, Scotland, and the south coast.
So
Unless
there
it
are
be
no
Anton's
werewolves at
name.
Brian's.
So
there are no werewolves around Brian's hospital.
there are no such thing as werewolves, Kay.
There's a ghost cat.
The ghost cat?
Cat.
There are people with active imaginations only. Seeing things which aren't there.
Well, apparently I'm the only one who didn't see the ghost cat, but these ghouls, they're going after homeless?
Oh, that cat.
Sir Pouncelot! She
Yeah.
reaches out with the... Sir Pouncelot starts hissing and doesn't want to go anywhere near Jenny.
Be good, Sam Patslot.
The closer Jenny's hands get to her, he's going to start clawing and attacking you, Arnold.
Oh, it's probably the gloves, gardening gloves.
No, it's not. Take it from the gangrel. Most animals don't like us. It takes a certain attunement to handle them.
At the mention of the gloves, Arnold, she goes quiet and just looks away as your conversation continues.
If the ghouls are going after the homeless, then yes, definitely, I'll help tear them to shreds. Not the homeless, the ghouls, of course.
We might work before we turn shreds, find out if they're organised or not.
Well, I have some friends I could call in the mortal side of things. But otherwise, we can just, keep an eye on the homeless, right, Kay?
Jenny, okay.
Fine. That's a lovely fox you have, Flint.
Oh, thank you.
You notice it's not moving. It's been perfectly still since you've walked in. Not as beautiful, I suppose, as the feline, but I like the bow tie.
Thank you. Shoot a little glance to Arnold.
She adjusts the gloves. I understand you spent time with Griffey.
Say his name.
I take
Why
a
shouldn't
long...
I say Griffey's name?
We've been told not to say his name.
Outside of this room, there's a good chance that he will hear you if he does.
Magic doesn't work in this room.
So Flint is no threat? I'm gonna smile at Flint. Just kidding. Don't worry, man.
Until he can learn those fireballs, Mr. Heimdal.
Yeah, exactly.
Correct. So...
No fireballs in the library.
No, but there's an interesting tome. There's
many good tomes in the library.
There are, but there is a tome in my library that Flint may be interested in when he gets time.
Does it have fireball in it?
Fire can be created and controlled, as can all the elements, but not like some sort of Dungeons and Dragons and dungeon hacking sort of Zack Blast Kerpow.
Sounds quite akin to the work of the Stokers. What they called? And holds up the rig and taps it. Trying to remember the clan name. Yeah.
She smiles, but she seems unwilling to say the words.
That's fine.
No, the reason I bring Griffey up is did anything happen in this? Well, please tell me what happened in this room.
What's it worth?
Well, it's not for my benefit. I have to be very careful how we discuss things about this one because of who holds the strings. Because
Whose strings?
Griffey's strings. He's very much a puppet.
To whose tune to dance?
Yeah.
I believe you know him. A whiny, shriveled up shrew of a man.
You fucking have to be kidding me. Anthony?
Yes.
God damn it.
Anthony ran away from Griffey, all scared like.
How the fuck did that piece of shit get a demon on his leash? I assume Griffith's a demon because he's solid like a rock and, can't be hurt.
No, Griffey's just old.
But Anthony seemed terrified of Griffey.
I don't know why.
Well, he didn't come to Anthony's aid when I, introduced him to the front of a car multiple times.
Are you sure? Wasn't Kay driving?
Yeah, and now
I believe yours had something to do with a piece of paper and the stick up in.
oh,
Well, Anthony's
But-
been known to be scared of his own shadow, so.
but my memory about the situation is a bit fuzzy. He just, I saw red and yeah.
Understandable when dealing with that man.
It's just it's not so much strings and optional. Anthony owns him. So
How did that come about?
in a manner that, have you ever heard of the phrase riding a tiger?
Like the prince in the painting. Oh, that's a
That's
lion,
what it
maybe.
is.
I can't remember.
It all depends. So the Elysium in Pinehurst has him stood across two of the mountain pillars either side of the Swindon Valley. Friday has the real sort of prince riding the, I think it is a tiger, but it might be a snow tiger. I think it was captured from life. He looks fantastic.
Proper Conan the Barbarian, yeah.
Well, let's put it this way. Who came first?
The prince.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Nigel, for his sins, used to very much delve into the film and motion picture industry, and is responsible for far too much that got him into a little bit of trouble with the prince. But his influence is there to be seen.
If Anthony controls the G-Man, that makes me kind of terrified.
Well, Anthony controls a little bit too much. There are finite resources in Swindon, and all the Ventry play this little silly game, and they've all got the same. There's a set number of slices of pie, and so they've all got the equal number. So no one can overwhelm the others, because if two gang up on one, then eventually three will gang up on two, and so on. But somehow Anthony seems to have a little bit. What's the modern phrase for it? It's like when someone's the banker in Monopoly.
An unfair advantage?
A cheat code. That's it.
I think you can see kind of getting kind of nervous, and he'll grab one of Jenny's mitts with both his hands and look into her eyes, like, "Can you fight people?
Pardon?
Like a seer? Can you fight people?"
No. The strength of which she pulls her hand free does surprise you, though. But no, none of that. You would need Brian for that.
Do you think he would?
Well, Brian's always up to help out a friend. But as I said, he's been in a bit of a funky mood recently.
I think we should prioritise perhaps going to see Brian.
Oh, definitely.
Who are you trying to find, Mr. Heimdal?
Well, if Anthony controls Griffey and I pissed off Anthony, I'm very worried about my wife. I'm not usually worried about her.
Now,
Have you heard from her?
No, but usually she comes home at dawn, but no one has seen her. She's left without a word, which is fine. She's her own woman, but if Griffey is on her tail, and I have heard whispers tonight about, people wanting to kill her, but didn't take that seriously until I think now. So seeing Brian, definitely a good idea, and getting Flint some more spells, also a good idea.
well, I'd normally have to have a conversation about being kind
Goes a long
to
way.
those you love. Because the kindest thing you can do to those you love is to kill them. Make it quick, make it soft, make it safe. Because only death, only pain, only sorrow can come from any interaction with the mortal world. The strength of your love is what's going to hurt them, harm them, torture them. But in your case, Heimdal, that doesn't exist, does it?
She's already dead.
And I would say it's less Anthony and more Zhao you have to worry about. She does not take kindly to blood-stained love.
I don't know why she cares about a dog, as she phrases it, but I don't. I'm not surprised that she's vicious.
Do not give her ammunition.
I've been a good dog.
To give the question, when did she pass?
Before me, but not long.
It's fine. That's all I need to know.
I mean, she's like us, but
Yeah.
she's older than I grew up with her, but it's a long and convoluted story.
It's more making sure that she wasn't created within Swindon without permission.
No. She is a Grangrel, like me, smiling coyly. And she, I think she's tied with Jason, who's also Grangrel, if I understand correctly. I've never heard him say a word. I have only, been on the receiving end of the look that makes you want to crawl up your own ass and die.
I think Heimerdinger's waking up. So. Okay.
Yeah.
When I don't understand someone or their concept or the reason why they do things, I find it could be because of bias, whether conscious or unconscious. So I am aware I was a little bit rude to you, and I don't mean to. It's just you scare me a little, just simply because of how you do things, not what you do. We are monsters after all. We all have a beast inside. It's just your methods. I'd like to get to know you a little bit better. I'd like to invite you to come over one night, just to spend some time, just for us to get to know each other. Because I think you could be... I'm looking at the negatives, and that I'm sure you have lots and lots of positives. We could play a board game. I'm sure I've got something knocking about. If you're interested, of course.
I'll have to check my schedule.
I think you've got the Game of Life somewhere around. The one with a little car.
No, we had that, but we lost all the little people we put.
Yeah.
And I also found it was a little bit sort of stereotyped and outdated, because it was always points to have a partner, points to have a family, and it was all random what job you did and so on.
You might have to sell your children at the end. It's a bit...
It was just really
That is weird.
Yeah.
Game of Life was written by Rumpelstiltskin.
Brian?
Nonplussed by that one.
I don't think Brian's played Game of Life, has he? With us?
Guys, Heimdal is becoming fidgety. Brian. Important.
Okay. I feel like Heimdal wants us to.
It's not that I don't enjoy the company. I will definitely be back because you are not a La Sombra and you're amazing. So
Sombra.
Arnold shakes his head.
Rumors.
We've got no.
I'm happy
here,
you changed his
thank you
mind.
very much.
no, it's fine. It's just I'm joking, of course.
Yes.
So, Brian? Now?
Well, just remember, permission is needed. He doesn't like unannounced guests.
Can we call first?
I can call, yes.
Awesome.
And
While we're waiting for permission, Flint, I can show you the library.
I'll make a call and then see how much time we have.
Mhm.
But it would be appreciated.
so,
Jenny, thank you kindly for your hospitality. It has been an absolute pleasure.
The cakes were lovely, and the tea was very invigorating, but relaxing at the same time.
I'm always glad to share, and my doors are always open if you ever need to talk, or if
Thank
you
you.
ever need advice. And Kay, mistakes are only mistakes if we don't learn from them. You walk down that path as far as you need to, but just remember at some point you won't be able to turn back. Get yourself a little bit more comfortable in the sofa. It's just, are you okay to see yourselves out?
Certainly.
It's been a pleasure.
Well, pleasure. And I'll head to the door whilst fishing a phone out and starting a text.
And who are you texting?
Brian.
Perfect. What are you sending?
Would I be okay to visit potential 3 guests next week?
The response comes back instantly. Who's this?
Your friend Flint.
Flint? Question mark.
I text him my full name.
Which is?
We don't have full names in Swindon.
Yes, obviously.
No, Lucy and Flint.
No, I think it's just the Venture that get. Well, the Prince, of course, is the only person with a long name, and even the Venture and Swindon only go by their first name, except for Martine and Kevin. I don't know why. Rather strange. Message goes back slightly more in what you're used to receiving, of course. Anytime, day or night.
Perfect. We'll make our way over shortly.
There's a 2 thumbs up that gets sent back.
Nope. Right, who's driving?
I am.
Yep.
Of course, in my new car. Look what Kay got me. Isn't he nice? Has the right music and everything.
Okay.
I mean, he
What?
shot me in the head, so... And he will hear about
Can
it
you
a
stop
long
going
time
on about that?
from now. No, because you shot me in the head.
Why did
That
you
was
shoot?
at least an hour ago.
Why did you shoot him in the head?
Because he's... I don't know.
It was
Why
in the
did you
way.
shoot me? I was in the way. I was protecting your friend.
You busted through a window.
To kill the guy who was murdering her.
I could have easily done that.
No, because you shot me.
So,
Because you busted through a window.
just to confirm, Kay was about to shoot a gun and Heimdal jumped in the way through the window as the gun went off?
Oh, the guy was behind the door, and I ignored the shot to the head because I'm awesome, and killed the guy who was there, and apparently your friend is also quite adept at murdering people because she took care of one guy herself.
That might have just been luck.
I look at Flint going, we just had a cup of tea and some cake.
Yeah.
We had a bonding exercise.
In years.
Hopefully the cake's good.
Arnold, you don't do anything with religious stuff?
I study it. But I don't, what do you mean, like, do stuff? I don't have any sort of, fear of crosses and Bibles.
You live next door to a church.
In a monastery.
Maybe you're just weird.
Maybe.
I told you it's not a Nos thing. It's a you thing.
You know 2 Nosses.
Yeah, and one of them does not fear holy objects.
But one of us could be the outlier. Technically, we have no...
So we need to find a third.
Yeah, we need a larger sample pool.
We need to find a larger pool of Nosferatus to test this. Really.
Yes, I am actually looking for a larger pool of Nosferatu, and I believe Flint as well.
Why are you looking for a larger group of Nosferatu?
Me?
Oh, both of you.
People. They're wonderful people with a wonderful predilection for things that interest me.
They know shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
And knowledge is power.
And before we head off, I know we won't go, but can I just put this bowl in the library? I need to write a note on it, where it's found.
Of course.
So I'll head to the library, check it's all okay. Very
I'm actually
quickly.
really shocked it's the same building. So it's like, that's literally how close it is. Fine. Fair enough.
Yeah.
He doesn't leave the building. He sort of goes, as you enter, there's a crossroads,
Yeah.
and he probably goes down some stairs.
Yeah. And disappears for a while. And I put the bowl on a little table, and I write like a little note of what it is, like you find in museums. Like item number 17, bowl, found it out.
Nothing strange about it.
Yeah. And disappointingly non-magical.
So, Flint,
Yes.
Jenny's not a Sombra.
Yes.
She is, though, a very hot grandma.
How charming of you to say.
I like her.
She is a lovely lady.
Just making small talk about Arnold. Since
Yes. Brian doesn't normally let people into his domain without prior consent, so I've managed to secure us that.
It will be 2 institutions in one. How is he compared to Jenny? Like, sanity-wise? I've heard a thing or two about the lunatics.
What's aside from your choice of description, can be quite withdrawn, reclusive at times, prone to periods of hyperfocus, quite passionate when he gets involved. Generally quite pleasant.
Well, you like psychology, right? At least I can talk to him about that. Or maybe you should do the talking.
Well, no, if it's an area that you feel strongly in, you have a great...
But I'm also kind of scared what he can do to my head. And what he can see in my head.
They can see in your head.
Apparently.
Well, with a hole in the back of it.
You can get a two-way radio. Put an arrow then.
Well, if he's a seer and a good friend and we're invited, I think, yeah. It's a good thing. It's good to have friends.
Yes. Friends make life so much more tolerable.
Well, thank you. Thankful for having met you, 3 crazy people, but you're actually fun to be around.
Pleasure.
Right.
Let me know when I return.
Arnold returns.
Okay, guys, all done. I've
I
locked
had-
it back up again.
Let's make a call while we're driving, or at least try to.